Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here though, my name is Helen. If it's not your first time here, welcome back and welcome to this upper body release. So this is going to be a really nice, slow flowing releasing practice for the neck, the shoulders and like the upper to middle spine. So this kind of top area, we're just going to work on releasing any tension, any stress that you might be holding there. So we're going to start seated, so you can be kneeling, you can be cross-legged, totally up to you. If you want to grab a pillow or like a prop to sit on, you can too. Resting the hands onto the knees or the thighs. Close off the eyes and just allow your shoulders to drop away from the ears. Taking a moment just to notice how your spine is in space. And see if you can elongate through the spine, so lifting the vertebrae up and away from one another, growing the crown of the head towards the sky. And just start to drop into your breath. And as you bring your attention to your breath, you might find that you naturally begin to deepen it. You might begin to slow it down, make it a little deeper, fuller. And in this place of stillness, before we get moving, just notice if we're holding on to any stresses or tensions physically in the body. So maybe you've had a lot going on, maybe that's manifesting somewhere across the face, the shoulders and upper back. Maybe you feel it in towards the hands. Just becoming aware of that, and with each exhale, see if you can loosen that grip. Wonderful. Taking a smooth breath in through the nose, send the breath down to the belly. Open the mouth, take a long sigh. Let's do one more, breathing in, down to the belly. And a long sigh. Shoulders drop, jaw relaxes. Wonderful. Blinking the eyes open. We're going to get into a little bit of movement. So bringing one hand away from you, you might be able to creep it across the floor. So reaching it as far away from you as you can, and then dropping the opposite ear to opposite shoulder. So you're stretching all the way from the ear to like the top of this shoulder. Wonderful. So really stretch the hand away, and then begin with some little head nods here. So keeping this ear kind of dropping towards the shoulder, but just gently moving the head forwards and back, and notice where that stretch transfers in the side of the neck. Wonderful. Good. And if you find a little niggly area, see if you can like work into that. Maybe hold it for a few breaths. Totally up to you. Any of these movements and poses can be adapted and tweaked to like whatever you need. It's all good. Wonderful. Slowly rolling the chin down towards the chest now. Bring that hand in. Bring the opposite hand out. Stretch the fingertips away. Maybe you can touch them onto the floor if maybe you're cross-legged. Opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Tell the head to relax. Really stretch the hand away. And then begin with those little nods. And this is a nice one to actually close your eyes and really listen in to where that stretch like transfers to. You might feel like the muscles are quite stringy and long. But just becoming aware of any little niggles, anything that you found that you can like work into to release. Wonderful. Very, very nice. And then slowly rolling the chin down towards the chest. Bring the hand in. As you inhale, reach the hands up, lifting the head. See if you can lift out of your waistline Interlace your fingers, bring them to the back of the head, and then just bring them like 1 centimeter away from the head. And then we're going to make some circles with the hands here. So don't worry if they're not perfect circles. And you might find your shoulders are a little bit crunchy or tight or maybe resistant to this shape, and that's okay. Just move nice and slow and just bring attention to that area. So maybe even just holding this is enough for some of us if you're particularly tight. Maybe for some of us the circles are really big and exaggerated. So you do you. Good. And then circling the opposite way. Wonderful. So I know that I feel really bumpy and crunchy in the shoulders. Very, very nice. Good. And then bringing the hands to the back of the head. Relax the weight of the head into the hands, elbows drop to the side. So imagine someone's lightly maybe placing the weight of their hands onto your elbows and they're just dropping open, chin up. So you can really relax your head here. No need to hold it up. Wonderful. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, chin to chest. See if you can almost get your elbows to touch and just allow the weight of your hands to stretch through the back of the neck. So I'll demonstrate from the side. I'm not pulling my head down at all. It's just the weight of my hands that are slightly just stretching out through the back of the neck. You might feel it like in between the shoulder blades a little bit as well. Wonderful. As you inhale, come to a neutral place. So the head is stacked over the spine. Bring one hand down and point that opposite elbow up towards the sky. See if you can find that lovely lateral stretch down the side body here. So breathing into the intercostal muscles, the ones that sit in between the ribs. Wonderful. Nice big breath in. And as you exhale, with this top elbow, angle it down towards your bottom hand. Slightly tuck your chin to your chest and then take a huge breath. Notice where you feel it, probably into the side back rib cage. And just use your breath here to feel that stretch in the back body. Wonderful. So it's just the weight of your hand. No need to pull or force anything here. Use your breath. Wonderful. Inhale, come up through center. Bring this hand back and opposite hand down. Find that lateral stretch first. So almost like you're breathing in a few extra centimeters of space in between your ribs here. Good. Lovely. Big breath in. And then as you exhale, turn it into a little bit of a rotation or twist. So bringing that elbow down just as far as feels good. When you start to feel tension, and then breathe here and notice where your breath shows up. So I feel it kind of here in this area. So really watch where your breath goes. And every exhale is a chance to loosen off the muscles and release tension. Wonderful. As you inhale, come back through center. Let's bring the hands out in front and find an all fours position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath our hips. Just a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, shining the heart forwards. And as you exhale, round it out. Push your shoulder blades apart and let your head go. Wonderful. Inhale, drop your belly, shining the heart forwards. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, let the head drop down. Wonderful. Inhale, come to a neutral place now, and we're going to come down to our tummy. So walking the knees back, slowly coming down all the way. Wonderful. Once you get here, you're going to bring your elbows underneath your shoulders into this sphinx position. Really relax your legs. And then slightly drag your hands back towards you. So you feel that opening through the collarbones and the chest. You might feel a little stretch in the first two abdominals, like in between your ribs or the lower part of your ribs. Now for some of us, this is enough of a back bend and we hold it here. For some of us, you might feel like you need a little bit more sensation. So turning the hands out to the side. Maybe beginning to straighten the arms. Opening up through the front side. Now just be mindful that you don't begin to really clench your bum. See if you can relax the bum. And it is a compression for the lower back, but it's a nice gentle back bend. So as long as you do it nice and calmly and there's no pain or sharp sensation there, you should never injure yourself here. See if you've got your arms straight, see if you can straighten them so that you don't really have to use the muscles, so you're really propping yourself up with your bones almost. Very nice. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, we'll all come down to our forearms. And then we're going to bring our hands out in line with the shoulders. Come onto your fingertips, elbows up to the sky. Good. As you inhale, lift the chest, pressing into the fingertips, but squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, drop your left shoulder into the center of your mat and look behind you. Feel that stretch through the front of the shoulder. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, opposite shoulder. So use a flowing breath. Inhale. And exhale. Maybe your shoulder can even touch the center of your mat. Good. Inhale. And exhale. You get a bit of a tummy massage with this one as well. Good. Inhale, center. Let's do one more each side. Good. Inhaling. And exhaling. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower down through the middle. Hands underneath the shoulders, big toes together, and then push back to a child's pose. So this should feel nice on your lower back. So knees together, forehead to the mat, or you can use your hands as a little pillow. Breathing here. See if you can send the breath down the spine all the way to your tailbone. Wonderful, good. From here, we're going to walk our hands just in front of our knees, tuck the toes, roll over the feet, and then you're going to come to a hanging forward fold. So keeping the knees really bent so your tummy can relax onto your thighs, and let your head go. You can keep your arms dangling, or you can grab opposite elbows if you wish. And just allow your spine to decompress here. So check in with the head, give it a little nod, yes. Imagine it's just dangling off the top of your spine. And if there's a lot of tension through the hammies, see if you can really bend your knees. It's totally fine. This is not about the hamstrings in this one. This is more about decompressing the spine. So allow that head to hang. You can almost feel the vertebrae decompress and find a little bit more space between one another. Good. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, bring your fingertips down to the mat, bend into the knees. And bring yourself down to a kneeling position, or cross-legged if kneeling isn't very nice for you. Either way, sitting nice and tall. We're going to take a nice big breath in, reach up. And then as you exhale, take a little twist. So bringing the one hand across. See if you can keep your head stacked over your spine. So notice if you look down like this, see if you can keep the spine really tall. Draw your navel in and twist to ring out through that middle spine. Wonderful. Inhale, reaching the hands high. And then take it over to the opposite side. Again, checking with the head that we're not kind of leaning or looking down. See if you can almost you're giving yourself a bit of a double chin. Push your head back over your spine. You can even visualize the vertebrae twisting like a spiral staircase. Wonderful. As you inhale, come back through center. Wonderful. On your next breath in, you're going to reach your hands up. And as you exhale, cactus them out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so you feel that little bit of heat generated in the upper back. And then turn your hands down, interlace your fingers behind you. And then you're going to squeeze the palms together and open through the chest. So for some of us, maybe we start to bring the fist slightly away from the lower back, find more opening. If you're hypermobile in the elbows, I would recommend just keeping a so slightly little micro bend in the elbows. Otherwise, chin up and breathe into that front side. Wonderful. One more breath in here. As you exhale, you're going to release your hands, bring them out wide, and then you're going to cross one arm on top of one another. So cross at the elbows, walk your fingertips round as if you're giving yourself a big hug here. You can drop your head down and take a huge breath. And you can feel the breath in your hands, like in that back body. Now, if this is good for you, stay here. If you're like, this is really good, I'm just going to hold it here. Otherwise, maybe some of us begin to draw circles with the elbows and the upper body. And I know this looks crazy, but you might just find something that feels good. And if it does, you can hold that position. Otherwise, maybe it's just a little bit of an exploration. Drawing circles with the elbows and the head. And you don't have to make them this big. You can make them kind of small, like this, or maybe some of us, we get our elbows onto our knees. We take it all the way out to the side. Wonderful. Very, very nice. Good. Then come back to a neutral place. Just have a little look which arm you've got on top. And then as you inhale next, take your arms out wide. Exhale, cross them the opposite way. Walk your fingertips around. You might find that you can hug yourself a bit closer or not as close. Huge breaths. Option to stay here or circling. Are you circling the opposite way? Just to explore and see what that feels like in the back body. Again, a lovely one to close your eyes, completely let go of what the outside looks like and allow yourself to just really explore what's going on within you. Good, slowly coming back to a neutral place, releasing the hands down. Just give the shoulders a little roll here, just noticing how they're feeling. Maybe they're feeling a little more loosey-goosey. So we're going to do a little bit for our wrists here. I'm just going to incorporate the wrists into the upper body because often like shoulders and wrists need kind of a little bit of attention at the same time. So you're going to bring your hands into prayer at heart center. And see if you can get your arms parallel with the floor. So you're making a straight line with your forearms. And for some of us, this is quite a lot of flexion for the hand as it is. So this is quite a nice one to hold if you need like a little bit of release through the wrists. But we're going to take a flowing mudra here. So with your hands in prayer, you're going to open your hands like a book and then bring the backs of the hands to touch with the fingers in towards the heart. So now you're stretching the wrists in the opposite way. Keeping the backs of the hands touching, you're going to keep reaching the fingertips out in front, feeling that nice stretch, and then reverse it. So slowly bringing the fingertips in towards the heart, and then slowly closing up that book. So it might take you a few times to get it, and that's okay. You can just like watch me or do a version of your own. That's okay. So go through that again. So opening your hand like a book, all the way so the backs of the hands touch, fingers towards the heart. Reach it on out and slowly bring it back in. So you can do as many of these as you want. Just let your breath flow naturally. And I find it really therapeutic to like rest my eyes onto my wrists. So it's almost like your eyes are just getting a little bit of relaxation as well, just resting onto one point. This is so great for carpal tunnel, for anyone that suffers with carpal tunnel syndrome, sore wrists, if you've been like working at your laptop or your computer quite a lot, or anything with your hands really. Wonderful. Let's do one more. So I'll do it one more time just in case you haven't got it. So opening up fingers, backs of the hands touch, fingers want to come towards the heart, and then straighten out the arms in front and reverse it. hands into prayer. Wonderful. From here, let's rest the hands onto our thighs. Close off the eyes. Breathing in, send it down towards the belly. And a slow exhale through the mouth. Breathing in, send it down. Long exhalation. One more in your own time. Full breath in through the nose, send it down. Fill up the belly, fill up the chest, the upper back. And let it go with sound. Shoulders drop, jaw relaxes. Allow your breathing to come back to its natural pace. Take a moment to pause in your day, to notice how you feel once more. Then bringing the hands together at heart center, bowing the head to the heart. Really thank yourself for recognizing that you needed this time today to look after yourself. So really thank yourself for acknowledging that, and thank you so much for practicing with me. Blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop me a little thumbs up and share with any of your friends or family that you feel could benefit from this practice. And I shall see you on the next one. Bye.